Hey, and welcome to another one of Jen and Rich in the Kitchen adventures. And today we're going to do two things. First thing we're going to do is we're going to do a little quick how do you make the buttered Amish noodles. One of our subscribers who's been a subscriber for a long time, Alicia, asked me if I would please do a quick demo, and I told her I'd be more than happy. So once we make these buttered noodles, we're going to finish a recipe, and we are going to make Amish buttered noodles with chicken and vegetables.
Ooh, sounds
so
good.
This is going to be a real basic recipe because Amish cooking is really just basic, home cooking. Nothing fancy, nothing frilly, but always guaranteed to be good. So if you guys are ready, let's get started. Okay, so for today's recipe, the first thing I want to go over is one thing I did ahead. This is going to be the chicken that we use in the recipe. And I just put this in the air fryer. These are chicken thighs. I'm going to take the skin off of them, and then I'm going to take all the meat off. And then we're going to put that in at the end. So we're going to set this aside. Just wanted to let you guys see this. And the next thing we're going to do is we are going to start sauteing our vegetables.
See, we got a little stove here.
Yeah, we got our usual. We're going to get that going. Put this chicken over here till we're ready to take it off the bone. Since we want these vegetables to be softened when we put them in the buttered noodles with the already cooked chicken, we're going to go ahead and cook them. So today we are going to use 1 small onion chopped. We are going to use 8 ounces of portobello mushrooms.
Yum.
Now you can use white mushrooms. These were on sale. And we're going to use 1 cup of frozen peas.
Okay.
Now the neat thing about this kind of recipe is you can use whatever you like. You can use broccoli florets cut small. You can throw carrots in there. You can take out the onions and put asparagus tips. Anything that you like as far as vegetables. But we do want these to be cooked and tender before we throw them in. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to saute them. And we're going to use half olive oil.
Yum.
And we are going to use half butter. And that gives it a little depth of flavor. So it's, not all, because the butter burns so quickly. This way it gives it a little bit higher cooking point. Now we're going to put in the onions.
That sounds hot. What do you got the stove
I have it
set
just
on?
a little under medium high.
Okay.
And we're going to put in the portobello mushrooms. Now if you want to, you can chop these up a little bit more, but honestly, they do shrink when you cook them, so I'm not going to bother. Plus, while I'm stirring, some of them are going to break apart. We're going to put with this a little bit of salt, and I use the pink Himalayan sea salt, and a little bit of pepper out of my trusty pepper mill.
If anyone knows where she can get a salt one like that, let us know.
I got this at an arts and crafts show in Townsend, Pioneer Days, about 8 years ago. And it's an actual tree branch that this guy cut and made into a pepper mill.
Yeah.
And I have looked for 8 years for that guy to find the salt, but never been able to find it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cook these until they're tender. And when we are ready to go with them, we're going to come back and show you what they look like. And this is just going to take a couple more minutes. It's getting close. I don't want everything to be super soft. I want it to have a little tiny bit of texture to it. I'm going to go ahead and throw in the frozen peas. And that is so as we're finishing this up, they'll kind of, thaw out. And that way they won't be ice cold when we throw them in. So it's really pretty color. And like I said, you could put any kind of vegetables that you want here. Any of it would work. All right, now this is just about where we want it to be. If you like it a little more done, you can always, but you can see that the onions are almost translucent and that the mushrooms are softened up.
Yeah.
But if you like it, like I said, you can definitely make it a little more done.
I like a little texture.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to take these vegetables and we're going to put them in here and we're going to set them aside while we do our buttered noodles. And see, we got a pretty good amount.
All right, so you got your water. How much water did you put in that pan there, Jen?
Well, there's approximately 8 to 9 cups of water in there. I just kind of eyeball it. You can measure it. If you're going to do this whole thing of noodles, they tell you to have about 3 quarts, which is about 12 cups, but I don't think I quite need that much, so I think this will be fine. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to bring this to a boil.
While you're waiting for the water to boil, what are you doing?
I'm taking all of this chicken off the bone, and then I'm just going to kind of put it in the size pieces that I like. We just like chicken thighs because they have a lot of flavor, but you can use chicken breast or chicken tenderloins or whatever you want. If you wanted to, you could use canned chicken, but I just think that this has such a much better flavor. And we just take the skin off and we discard that, whatever Rich doesn't eat.
I gotta have at least one.
I actually do the chicken in the air fryer, and it gets so crispy that this chicken skin gets to be like a potato chip.
Oh, it's so good.
It's terrible, but
I know.
good at the
It's
same
so
time.
good.
So,
all right, well, keep picking.
okay. I wanted to take a minute to talk about what we're going to use to put in the water when we do our noodles. You know, the noodles are great, but sometimes they just don't have enough flavor on their own, in my opinion, to, you know, to really bring across what you need for flavor. So I like to use this Better Than Bouillon. This is a lower sodium as well. I get this at Costco, and it's fantastic. It's organic, and once you open
really
it,
good.
yeah, it's delicious. You have to put it in the refrigerator because it has to be refrigerated. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but this company makes different flavors. Here is an Italian herb. These are some of the ones that I've gotten. There's a roasted garlic, and here is a mushroom. Now, these are fantastic to put into a gravy, put in your water when you cook rice.
That is the way I like. Oh my gosh!
Or you can put into the water when you do pasta, or you know, like the homemade Amish noodles. You can use them in soups to raise your flavor up. You can put them in a pasta sauce. I mean, these are not available in most grocery stores, but there is a place. It's called. It's a soup company. I think it's called Soups Online. I'll put a link in the description. And you can order these. They have about 4 or 5 other flavors as well. And if you order a certain amount, they give you free shipping. And so these are fantastic. And like I said, most people don't even know that these are available. So just keep that in mind. So for today, though, we're going to go ahead and put this in the water. And we want this to have a lot of flavor. So we're going to put about 4 tablespoons in the water. Just remember, actually I'm going to do 3. Just remember, because we have a lot of water, once you've gotten this open, make sure you stick it in the refrigerator because it'll be rotten if you don't. You have to throw it away. So I like to get my whisk and get that all incorporated into the water. Now I will tell you that if I'm doing noodles without this, I do salt the water. But because this has salt, I think it has enough that you don't really need to add any more. So I don't put any more salt. I'm not a big salt user anyway. So I just let it go. If you do like salt, you can take a little sip and taste it. And if you think it needs more, you can add a little bit more at that time. So,
now, are you going to bring this to a boil?
Yep, this is going to come to a boil. And then when we come to a boil, we'll get ready to put our pasta in.
All right.
So today we are going to use these noodles here. Now these are a little bit bigger, and if I am making something with other ingredients in it, I like to have a little bit bigger noodles so you can kind of feel the size of the noodle in with the other ingredients. Sometimes we just have the buttered noodles. You can use either one, but if I'm just doing the buttered noodles, I like the little ones, and Rich loves
I love the little ones.
But I'm happy with either one. And they do have bigger ones, and you could also use egg noodles for this if you wanted to. You know, you could use any kind of pasta. If you said, ooh, I don't like, you know, buttered noodles, but I think the rest of it looks good, then you could use you know, any kind of fusilli, or you could use angel hair pasta. And then you could also add like a fresh Parmesan cheese on the top. Now I'm not going to do that because I'm trying to stick to kind of the Amish tradition of the dinner, but you could definitely do that if you wanted
definitely. These are Walnut Creek Tell you what, our last Troyer's video did pretty darn good.
It did really good. You guys seem to really like it, and thank you for all the likes and the comments, and thank you to all of our new subscribers.
Yeah.
Rich and I would like to know if you guys would like for us to keep throwing those in. It sounds like that you would. Also, a lot of people don't know that there is a small Amish market here in Sevierville. So if you're coming to the Smoky Mountains, you could go by there, and we might make a little trip there. It'll be a short video because it's not a big market, but they have a lot of the Amish ingredients, and they carry some meats and things there. So it's a secret, but I'll let y'all in on it. Right. So check, our water is just about ready. We're going to come back and give it about 5 more minutes.
Ah, our pot's boiling.
The water is boiling now. So I just wanted to make sure that all of that chicken stock was mixed in. And we're going to cut this open because we're going to use the whole bunch of noodles. So we're just going to dump those in. And then we're going to stir it around so that they're not stuck together. And then the time on these says 12 to 14 minutes. So we're going to come back in about 12 minutes and we're going to check them. But that should be plenty of time, maybe 14. These are already coming back to a boil, so it won't take them very long. So I thought I'd come back and tell you guys, we are going to Pennsylvania on a motor coach trip in June. Where's it that we're going, Rich? I forgot the name.
Lancaster?
Yeah, we're going to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, the heart of Amish country, and I'm very excited.
Yeah.
So when we go, we'll do some filming. We're going to go to one of the
those big buffets.
Of the buffets, so I'm going to have to really starve myself for a week or 2 before.
I've seen those things. Those things are huge.
Yep, and we're going to take our bicycles, and we'll probably do some riding around, and I'm so excited. I can't wait. We've got a reservation at a really nice campground, so we'll take you guys along.
Please tell me they're done.
Yeah, it's been 14 minutes. We checked them at 12 minutes, and we both decided that they needed to get a little tiny bit softer. And that's how I usually gauge mine, just by, taking one out and seeing if it's good. So we're going to turn this off, and we're going to bring this over to the sink. Now, I will tell you that the noodle recipe says that you are supposed to rinse the noodles.
Yeah, we never do that.
And I can tell you that I never, ever, ever rinse the noodles.
I think it might have something to do with the starch or something, but I like the flavor of that.
I think if you rinse them, I just don't think they're as good. It could be just totally me. So what we're going to do is we're going to put them back in here. And we're going to get every single little baby noodle out of here because we don't want anyone to feel left out.
Yeah. Especially my belly.
All right, so I'm going to bring this back over. Now, there's a reason these are called butter noodles.
Tell me.
For those of you who are watching your calories, you don't have to do this. This is not something we do every day, but we do it with the buttered noodles because I think they need a lot of butter. Now you can cut the butter back. You can use a butter substitute. You can use olive oil. But I'm going to take about a half a stick of butter.
Ooh.
And we're going to put...
Is that mushroom on there?
Yeah, it's a little bit of mushroom. And I'm also going to put just a teeny tiny bit of olive oil. Okay? Because olive oil just kind of helps it give a little extra moisture. And then we are going to simply stir this around until all of the butter melts. Now I have the burner off. This is just residual heat from this pot. There's no heat going. There's no reason. This is going to absorb that. This is salted butter. Again, I didn't salt the pasta, so I feel like it's not going to be too salty. If you like, you can actually put a little bit more salt in. I will put a little tiny bit more fresh cracked pepper in there. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take all of these vegetables, and they do have a little bit of juice in here. Do you see it? Yeah. I'm going to drain that real quick because I don't want that to be runny. And as they sit, they're going to release that extra liquid. So we are going to just dump that right straight in. Okay. And the next thing we're going to add is we're going to take this chicken that we shredded up.
Yum.
And we're going to throw it in. Now you can make the pieces smaller if you want. That's totally up to you. I'm just going to toss all that in. Again, I'm using my trusty aluminum foil. So I toss that all in. And then we are just going to blend that all together. And it's going to heat everything up. And again, this is just a home, home cooking, just basic. There's not going to be, it's kind of, people might say, oh, it's bland. Well, I mean, that's what Amish people like to eat. I mean, I'm not being mean, but, they don't want super spicy.
Garlic powder or whatever you want.
That's what I was going to say. You can put anything additionally that you want, but I was trying to kind of keep it authentic today. You could put red pepper flakes. Sorry about the dogs. The mailman must be going by outside. You could do red pepper flakes. You could put in garlic. You could put in onion. You could put in any kind of mixed seasoning that you like. Now, when I do this, when I'm getting ready to serve it, I think it's really pretty to put it, in a nice serving bowl. So we're just going to transfer that now.
Whoa.
Right over into our serving bowl. All right. Now, something that I do like to do that's not going to be your traditional Amish thing is I like to take and serve this with Parmesan cheese. You can put it on there or not put it on there. But now if you just wanted to have the buttered noodles, of course you would stop at this point because it would be ready to go. But we're going to put the lid on and then we're going to sit down and do a taste test. Are you ready, Rich?
I'm so ready.
Well, Rich, I think that we're ready to eat.
Oh, I'm ready.
All right, so we're going to check it out. It's here. Everything's ready to go. Ooh, see the steam coming out of there? All right, we're going to serve you.
Looks good.
All right, and put a little extra chicken on there. And you want to hand me the other bowl? See how those noodles are not sticking together? I think the olive oil definitely helps with that. I mean, the butter's great, but sometimes the butter can even make it a little sticky. So we're gonna put the lid on so it stays hot. And then, like I said, I'm gonna try it without, but I'm also gonna sprinkle a little of this on afterwards.
Give it a shot.
All right. Love noodles, especially like this in the wintertime. It only got to be about, what, 52 today?
Yeah, it was
definitely
chilly this morning.
Yeah, it's definitely winter food.
Just simple, clean eating.
The noodles are perfect. They're not overcooked. I still have a teeny tiny bit of a bite. I got like the peas in there. And I'm gonna put just a sprinkle on. And you wanna try it?
Yeah.
I just think Parmesan cheese makes everything better. Cheese makes everything better.
I was gonna say. Why not? Is that what it needed?
Taste that. Oh my gosh, so good. Doesn't it? It gives it that little zest. So, well, we hope you guys enjoyed helping us cook our buttered noodles. And we thank you for watching. I will put the recipe for this below as usual. And we really appreciate you guys coming along. Rich, you have anything else?
Yeah, guys, leave in the comments what you do with your noodles here too. So
yeah, because I'm always open to new ideas. I've gotten some great ideas from people. So, well, we thank you very much. And if you have not, please like and subscribe. And I guess we'll see you next time.
Bye.